Hare Krishna, my friends. Welcome to Bhaktiville, and welcome to our Friday night reading of Srimad Bhagavatam. Last week, just as a little recap, we read about the divisions of the Vedas, why they were divided, and the sages who they were entrusted to. We left on a bit of a cliffhanger last week regarding Srila Vyasadeva's compiling of the Vedas. So tonight, we'll continue. We're on Canto 1, Chapter 4, Text 25. That's page 239 of the PDF, or page 213 of the book. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Let me offer my obeisances first, please. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namani. I offer my respectful obeisances unto His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna, having taken shelter at his lotus feet. And please, devotees, accept my obeisances. Vanchakalpa tarubhyascha kripasindubhye vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. I also offer my respectful obeisances unto the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees, and can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. All right, so let's sing those verses that we love to sing so much before our reading each week. And we've got them up there on the board, yeah? Yep, we're good to go. All right. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. O my Lord, the all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Narayanam namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead Narayana, unto Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shrinvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtanaha Vidyantasto Yabhadrani Vidunoti Sushritsatam. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Nashta prayeshva bhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. All right. So what did I say? First Canto, Chapter 4, Text 25, page 239. Everything good, Bhaktiville? Yes? Thumbs up? We're good?
Yes.
Yes, he says. Yay, okay. All right, here we go. Text 25. Call and response. Shudra Dvijabandhunam Sri Shudra Dvijabandhunam Trayi Na Shrutikochara Trayi Na Shrutikochara Karma Shreyasi Mudhanam Karma Shreyasi Mudhanam Shreya Evam Paved Iha Shreya Evam Paved Iha Iti Bharatam Akyanam Iti Bharatam Akyanam Kripaya Munina Kritam Kripaya Munina Kritam. So this has 3 lines or 6 lines, so we'll just fake it. All together. Stri Shudra Dvijabandhunam Traina Shrutikochara Karma Shreyasi Mudanam Shreya Evam Paved Iha Iti Bharatam Akyanam Upaya Munina Kritam. Word for word. Stri, the woman class. Shudra, the laboring class. Dvijabandhunam, of the friends of the twice born. Trayi, 3. Na, not. Shrutikochara, for understanding. Karma, in activities. Shreyasi, in welfare. Mudhanam, of the fools. Shreyaha, supreme benefit. Evam, thus. Pavet, achieved. Iha, by this. Iti, thus thinking. Bharatam, the great Mahabharata. Akyanam, historical facts. Kripaya, out of great mercy. Munina, by the Muni. Kritam, is completed. Translation. Out of compassion, the great sage thought it wise that this would enable men to achieve the ultimate goal of life. Thus he compiled the great historical narration called the Mahabharata for women, laborers, and friends of the twice-born. Purport. The friends of the twice-born families are those who are born in the families of Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, or the spiritually cultured families, but they themselves are not equal to their forefathers. Such descendants are not recognized as such for want of purificatory achievements. The purificatory activities begin even before the birth of a child, and the seed-giving reformatory process is called Garbhadana Samskara. One who has not undergone such Garbhadana Samskara, or spiritual family planning, is not accepted as being of an actual twice-born family. The Garbhadana Samskara is followed by other purificatory processes, out of which the sacred thread ceremony is one. This is performed at the time of spiritual initiation. After this particular samskara, one is rightly called twice born. One birth is calculated during the seed-giving samskara, and the second birth is calculated at the time of spiritual initiation. One who has been able to undergo such important samskaras can be called a bona fide twice-born. If the father and the mother do not undertake the process of spiritual family planning and simply beget children out of passion only, their children are called Dvijabandhus. These Dvijabandhus are certainly not as intelligent as the children of the regular twice-born families. The Dvijabandhus are classified as Shudras and the woman class, who are by nature less intelligent. Samskara, save and accept, the ceremony of marriage. The less intelligent classes of men, namely women, Shudras, and unqualified sons of the higher castes, are devoid of necessary qualifications to understand the purpose of the transcendental Vedas. For them, the Mahabharata was prepared. The purpose of the Mahabharata is to administer the purpose of the Vedas. And therefore, within this Mahabharata, the summary Veda of Bhagavad Gita is placed. The intelligent are more interested in stories than in philosophy, and therefore the philosophy of the Vedas in the form of the Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Lord Shri Krishna. Vyasadeva and Lord Krishna are both on the transcendental plane, and therefore they collaborated in doing good to the fallen souls of this age. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all Vedic knowledge. It is the first book of spiritual values, as the Upanishads are. The Vedanta philosophy is a subject matter for study by the spiritual graduates. Only the postgraduate spiritual student can enter into the spiritual or devotional service of the Lord. It is a great science, and the great professor is the Lord himself in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and persons who are empowered by him can initiate others in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. I heard your mic. Your mic is on. You lost me. Your mic. I typed that. Your mic is on. Oops. So can you hear me now? Okay. So I think we're having that problem again, that when your mic is on, you can't hear me. So just to say that, it happens every once in a while. I don't know why, but anyway, there it is. So do you want me to repeat anything? Are you okay? Okay, we're good. All right, text 26, call and response. Evam pravittasya sada. Evam pravittasya sada. Bhutanam shreyasi dvijaha. Bhutanam shreyasi dvijaha. Sarvatmakenapi. Sarvatma kenapi. Yep. Yada. Sarvatmakenapi yada. Natushad hridayam tattaha. Natushad hridayam tattaha. All right, the whole thing. Evam pravittasya sada. Bhutanam shreyasi dvijaha. Sarvatmakena piyada. Natushad hridayam tattaha. Word for word. Evam, thus, pravrittasya, one who is engaged in, sada, always, bhutanam, of the living beings, shreyasi, in the ultimate good, dvijaha, O twice born, sarvat makena api, by all means, yada, when, na, not, atushyat, become satisfied, hridayam, mind, tataha, at that time. Translation. O twice-born Brahmanas, still his mind was not satisfied, although he engaged himself in working for the total welfare of all people. And here he's talking about Vyasadeva. Purport. Oh, he says here, Sri Vyasadeva was not satisfied with himself, although he prepared literatures of Vedic value for the all-around welfare of the general mass of people. It was expected that he would be satisfied by all such activities, but ultimately he was not satisfied. Bhaktiville has a question. Do you think twice born is similar to born again? Yes, I do. I do think it's very similar. It's the whole idea that, you have your material birth and then you have your spiritual birth. But here, according to what Srila Prabhupada's written here in the purport, the birth is even further back. It's to the seed giving, and there is a ceremony for that. So that's the first birth, and then the second birth is the initiation. And often there are other animals who are also twice born. Snakes are twice born. Birds are twice born. So oftentimes, bad Brahmins are likened to snakes because they're also twice born. Those evil Brahmins, not the good ones, but the evil ones. Anyway, there's a lot. All right, text 27. Call and response. Nati prasidad hridaya. Nati prasidad hridaya. Sarasvatyas tate shuchao. Sarasvatyas tate shuchao. Vitarkayan viviktasta. Vitarkayan viviktasta. Idam chavacha dharmavit. Idam chavacha dharmavit. And the whole verse. Nati prasidad hridaya. Sarasvatyastate Shuchao Vitarkyan Viviktasta Idam Chovacha Dharmavit. Word for word. Na, not. Ati prasidat, very much satisfied. Hridaya, at heart. Sarasvatyaha, of the river Saraswati. Tate, on the bank of. Shuchao, being purified. Vitarkayan, having considered. Vivaktastaha, situated in a lonely place. Idamcha, also this. Uvacha, said. Dharmavit, one who knows what religion is. Translation. Thus the sage, being dissatisfied at heart, at once began to reflect, because he knew the essence of religion, and he said within himself, cliffhanger there, purport. The sage began to search out the cause of not being satisfied at heart. Perfection is never attained until one is satisfied at heart. This satisfaction of heart has to be searched out beyond matter. I think this is a good purport in general, right? Kind of as a way to see if our devotional service is good. All right, text 28 through 29. Call and response. Drittavratena himaya. Drittavratena himaya. Chadamsi guravo vinaya. Chandamsi guravo. I think it's Ganayaha. sounds weird though, doesn't it? Because it should be Agnayaha, so Agni. Yeah, Agnayaha. So that A is dropped, so Ganayaha. Manita Nirvyalikena. Sorry. Manita Nirvyalikena. Kena. Grihitam Chanushasanam. Grihitam Chanushasanam. So 2 verses. We'll do the first verse and then move to the next one. So all through that first verse. Drita Vratena Himaya Chadamsi Guravo Ganayaha Manita Nirvyaklikena Grihitam Chanushasanam. Next verse, call and response. Bharata Vyapadeshena Bharata Vyapadeshena Hyam I have this marked on my page. Hyam Nayartas Cha Pradarshitaha Hyam Naratascha Pradarshitaha Drishyate Yatra Dharmadi Drishyate Yatra Dharmadi Stri Sudro Dibir Apyuta Stri Sudra Dibir Apyuta. And the whole verse all together. Bharatavya Padeshena Hyam Nayartascha Pradarshitaha Drishyate Yatra Dharmadi Stri Shudro Dibir Apyuta. Word for word. Drita Vratena, under a strict disciplinary vow, he certainly, Maya, by me, Chadamsi, the Vedic hymns, Guravaha, the spiritual masters, Agnayaha, the sacrificial fire, Manitaha, properly worshipped, Nirvyalikena, without pretense, Grihitam, Cha, also accepted, Anushasanam, traditional discipline, Bharata, the Mahabharata, Vyapadeshena, by compilation of, he certainly, Amnaya Artaha, import of disciplic succession, Cha and Pradarshitaha, properly explained, Drishyate, by what is necessary, Yatra, where, Dharma Adihi, the path of religion, Stri Shudra Adibihi Api, even by women, Shudras, etc. Uta, spoken. Translation. I have, under strict disciplinary vows, unpretentiously worshipped the Vedas, the spiritual master, and the altar of sacrifice. I have also abided by the rulings and have shown the import of disciplic succession through the explanation of the Mahabharata, by which even women, Shudras, and others, friends of the twice-born, can see the path of religion. Purport. No one can understand the import of the Vedas without having undergone a strict disciplinary vow and disciplic succession. The Vedas, spiritual masters, and sacrificial fire must be worshipped by the desiring candidate. All these intricacies of Vedic knowledge are systematically presented in the Mahabharata for the understanding of the women class, labor class, and the unqualified members of Brahmana, Kshatriya, or Vaishya families. In this age, the Mahabharata is more essential than the original Vedas. I just want to address, and I have previously, this idea that women are less intelligent. Srila Prabhupada said that devotees who are worshiping Krishna, men and women, are the most intelligent. But I also want to say that in Kali Yuga, intelligence seems to be scattered throughout men and women and class. None of it seems to make any sense anymore. So I think that this is a very traditional viewpoint that he's presenting, which is appropriate. And I'm just saying that's appropriate, but it's also in Kali Yuga, and especially in America, very different than this. Oh, and that, no, that's fine, that's enough. Okay, text 30. I had more to say, but I don't need to. All right, call and response. Tatapi patame daihyo. Tatapi patame daihyo. Yatma chaivatmana vibhu. Yatma chaivatmana vibhu. Asampana ivabhati. Asampana ivabhati. Brahma varchasya satamaha. Brahma varchasya satamaha. And the whole verse. Tatapi patame daihyo yatma chaivatmana vibhu. Asampana ivabhati. Brahma varchasya satamaha. Bhaktiville says, and he says, I think exactly as you said. Yeah, enough. Okay, word for word. Tatapi, although, bata, defect, me, mine, daihyaha, situated in the body, he, certainly, atma, living being, cha, and, eva, even, atmana, myself, vibhu, sufficient, asampanaha, wanting in, eva abhati, it appears to be, Brahma varchasya, of the Vedantas, satamaha, the supreme. Translation. I am feeling incomplete, though I myself am fully equipped with everything required by the Vedas. Purport. Undoubtedly, Srila Vyasadeva was complete in all the details of Vedic achievements. Purification of the living being, submerged in matter, is made possible by the prescribed activities in the Vedas. But the ultimate achievement is different. Unless it is attained, the living being, even though fully equipped, cannot be situated in the transcendentally normal stage. Srila Vyasadeva appeared to have lost the clue and therefore felt dissatisfied. If he's clueless, man, we're in trouble. Text 31, call and response. Kimva Bhagavata Dharma. Kimva Bhagavata Dharma. Na prayena nirupitaha. Na prayena nirupitaha. Priya Paramahamsanam. Priya Paramahamsanam. Taeva Hyachuta Priyaha. Taeva Hyachuta Priyaha. And the whole verse. Kimva Bhagavata Dharma Na Prayena Nirupitaha. Priya Paramahamsanam Eva Hyachuta Priyaha. Word for word. Kimva, or Bhagavataha Dharmaha, devotional activities of the living beings. na, not, prayena, almost, nirupitaha, directed, priyaha, dear, paramahamsanam, of the perfect beings, taeva, that also, he, certainly, achyuta, the infallible, priyaha, attractive. Translation. This may be because I did not specifically point out the devotional service of the Lord, which is dear both to perfect beings and the infallible Lord. Purport. The dissatisfaction which was being felt by Srila Vyasadeva is expressed herein in his own words. This was felt for the normal condition of the living being in the devotional service of the Lord. Unless one is fixed in the normal condition of service, neither the Lord nor the living being can become fully satisfied. This defect was felt by him when Narada Muni, his spiritual master, reached him. It is described as follows. Text 32. Oh, and here we can turn the slideshow to plate 18, if you would, please. All right. Call and response. Tasyaivam kilam atmanam manyamanasya kidyataha krishnasya narado vyagad ashramam prag-udahritam. Word for word. Tasya, his, evam, thus, kilam, inferior, atmanam, soul, manyamanasya, thinking within the mind, ki, dyataha, regretting, krishnasya, of Krishna, narada, abhyagat, Narada came there, ashramam, the cottage, prag, before, udahritam, said. Translation. As mentioned before, Narada reached the cottage of Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa on the banks of the Saraswati, just as he was regretting his defects, that Vyasadeva was regretting his defects. So we have that picture up on the board, on the slideshow, and there they are greeting each other. The auspicious arrival of Sri Narada. I want to live there. That looks like a nice place to live, doesn't it? Very peaceful. All right, purport. The vacuum felt by Vyasadeva was not due to his lack of knowledge. Bhagavad Dharma is purely devotional service of the Lord, to which the monist has no access. So the monists, are the people who think it's all one. Those are the monists. They are not counted amongst the Paramahamsas, the most perfect of the renounced order of life. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of narrations of the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. Although Vyasadeva was an empowered divinity, he still felt dissatisfaction because in none of his works were the transcendental activities of the Lord properly explained. The inspiration was infused by Sri Krishna directly in the heart of Vyasadeva, and thus he felt the vacuum, as explained above. It is definitely expressed herein that without transcendental loving service of the Lord, everything is void. But in the transcendental service of the Lord, everything is tangible, without any separate attempt at fruitive work or empiric philosophical speculation. We are going to read this next verse. It's the last verse of the chapter. Text 33. Call and response. Tam abhinyaya sahasa. Tam abhinyaya sahasa. Pratyutyagatam munihi. Pratyutyagatam munihi. Pujyamasa. Divan Pujayamasa Vidivan Naradam Surapujitam Naradam Surapujitam, and the whole verse. Tam abhinyaya sahasa pratyutyatya gatam muni. Sorry. Pujayamasa vidivan narada sura pujitam, and the word for word. Tam abhinyaya, seeing the good fortune of his, Narada's arrival. Sahasa, all of a sudden. Pratyutaya, getting up. Agatam, arrived at. Munihi, Vyasadeva. Pujayamasa, worship. Vidivat, with the same respect as is offered to Vidi, Brahma. Naradam, to Narada. Sura Pujitam, worshipped by the demigods. I apologize tonight for my poor pronunciation. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, translation. By the auspicious arrival of Sri Narada, Sri Vyasadeva got up respectfully and worshipped him, giving him veneration equal to that given to Brahmaji, the creator. Bhakti Mimulus is so kind. He says, it's good. Thank you. Purport. Vidi means Brahma, the first created living being. He is the original student, as well as professor of the Vedas. He learned it from Sri Krishna and taught Narada first. So Narada is the second Acharya in the line of spiritual disciplic succession. He is the representative of Brahma, and therefore is respected. Is respected exactly like Brahma, the father of all vidis, or regulations. Similarly, all other successive disciples in the chain are also equally respected as representatives of the original spiritual master. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport of the First Canto, 4th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Appearance of Sri Narada. So, Brahma is still here, of course, because he's controlling everything, and Narada Muni is still here. So both of these august people are, continually helping devotees. Srila Prabhupada a couple of times during Kirtan said that Narada Muni was present in the room. So we can pray to them for their inspiration, especially Narada Muni for singing. He's singing the glories all over the universes constantly with his veena in hand. So just to think of these personalities, so wonderful to think of them. And this is a good ending for this chapter. I think also that satisfaction comes from devotional service. It's that kind of activity that gives satisfaction. So when you're not satisfied about something, you can call that to mind and think, oh, there it is. I forgot about that element. So, any questions or comments?
No, thank you. That was very nice. I enjoyed it a lot. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Good. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.